start streaming.
It's been a while.
It has.
It has, yeah.
All right. Let me move all this around so I can see you guys. I can't wait till I have like a different setup so I can actually have a desk, dude. Like I'm just like in this corner right now, and it's like so hard to just like move everything.
I
I'll get a second monitor.
Chair because that's how my mom and dad's house, and they're not bringing with me, so I gotta get a new one.
Yeah. No, do you guys have one monitor or do you have two?
I have a monitor.
I have one.
I want to get one of those setups where you have like the two screens. You can just like drag the shit you don't need over to the other screen so bad.
I do that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I do that. I need it for like, since I do graphic design, I need the productivity.
Right.
Let me share this on the Discord.
What do you do for graphic design?
Logo design.
Kind of logos.
Yeah. Ads and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. Do you know how to do
Nitro's Corner logo?
Ooh.
I can. I mean, if you put up a certain amount of money, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, my friend has his own business with graphic design. He actually made this shirt for like on his store. I bought it. Yeah, and he is trying to do like more anime and like meme oriented clothing too. And he's actually like been making money and doing really good with it.
Oh,
I wouldn't call that graphic design. I'll call that like graphic arts, because design is like, think of it for example, the people that make album covers, posters, and stuff like that. Those are the graphic designers. Then you have the illustrators, which is graphic arts. The people that draw anime and stuff like that. I can't draw anime.
So I consider that like animation.
Yeah,
not graphic.
Drawing anime characters is such a bitch. Like I cannot draw anime characters to save my life. I can draw furry characters, and that's like as far as like my drawing capabilities have gone with. Like I don't know why I can just draw those, but I can't freaking draw anime like eyes and faces.
It's not easy.
I've never really tried drawing, but
it's fun.
I got the free time, so I picked it up. It can be really fun and rewarding, especially if you're just like working on something all night. You just like kind of just do a little bit here, and then when you color and shade in, that's the funnest part.
Yeah. Me and one of my buddies growing up in school, we were like always making like comics and whatnot, but like I never drew it. I would always just help come up with like the story or the background. He would do all the drawing.
Oh, the writer.
Yeah,
that's just.
I could come up with the character, like the backstories. I just couldn't draw them.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a job, man. It's a job.
Yeah, maybe we can just create like a brainstorming group, and we'll just like come up with a manga, but hire somebody to draw it.
That's a lot of work. You guys ready for that?
Hey, I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah.
So what you guys been up to? Demon Slayer movie?
Oh man.
Demon Slayer movie. Let's start off with that. I want to see it again. Actually, me and my friends are talking about seeing it again, but seeing it in IMAX.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I ended up seeing the dub or the sub version. So like I want to go see the dub version just so I can compare the two.
I watched the dub version. The dub actually wasn't bad. I enjoyed the dub pretty.
Right. I didn't think that the Demon Slayer season 1 dub was amazing, but I'm sure with like the hype that the movie had, they probably bumped up the quality of the movie dub pretty well.
Yeah, I see. And so I watched it sub just because Zenitsu's voice is just so freaking annoying in the dub. I just can't stand it.
Yeah. No, I think his voice is really good in the sub though. Like I think he's one of the most interesting.
That's great. He's funny as hell in the sub, but in the dub, his voice is just insufferable.
Right. Yeah. That was one of the big reasons for me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried getting my girlfriend to watch Demon Slayer, and we were in the hotel room in San Diego, and we were on. It was on at Toonami. We were just watching Toonami, and like, oh, Demon Slayer's on. She's like, oh, I haven't watched this one. It's like one of the pop ones I haven't watched, and the dub was on after she heard that Zenitsu's voice. She's like, yeah, this is really annoying, and I'm like, yeah, I can't stand this either. And we had to like the channel. We're just like, I was like, nah, yeah, because I've only watched it sub, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it dubbed, and I'm like, yeah, this just no, I can't do this. Like,
Right.
because it was like a whole episode oriented around him, and just I fucking couldn't do it.
Right. Yeah, you've seen all of the sub, right? If I remember correctly, like the dub.
Yeah,
The
I've seen all the sub of season 1. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's just certain characters that can make or break it when you dub it for me, and it's like I just can't get over it.
Rengoku's dubbed voice is honestly amazing. Like I cannot.
Was it?
It really
See, because that's that like characters that like were in the movie for the first time. They haven't really had like much scenes. Like Rengoku wasn't really in season 1 that much, so it's like they could really hire and like make the voice actors phenomenal. So it's like stuff like that. I could see the dub being good in the movie, but it's like when you have Zenitsu, who's like already like one of the main characters, and in my opinion, not very good in season 1. You can't just change him for the movie.
I feel like
that's true.
So Zenitsu in the movie, he really had a big comedy aspect around him during the movie. Mm-hmm. Like in his dream, for example.
Right.
So I wouldn't really say because did he really have that many lines in the movie?
He wasn't definitely not a big character in this arc. Like no. he was just kind of on the train the whole time.
Yeah. So his voice didn't really I didn't really notice the dubbing of his voice because he didn't really speak that much.
Right. Like, doesn't Bryce Papenbrook do Inosuke?
Does he?
Let's see. Demon Slayer dub.
Inosuke he will always be like top 3 favorite characters in Demon Slayer.
Inosuke. Demon Slayer dub act. Well, that's definitely not the dub act. Cast. I mean, if it's a dubbed anime, Bryce Papenbrook is bound to be in it. Yep, yeah, he's Inosuke.
What's up, Hero Brian? What's up, man?
Dude, he kind of looks like Frodo, Bryce Papenbrook.
Kind
of looks like Elijah Wood. So, what did you think of the movie? Like, because you haven't read that far in the manga yet, Eric, right?
No, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't read the manga because it just made the movie that much better. I felt like if I read through the manga, the movie wouldn't have been as good, and I enjoyed it so much more thoroughly because I didn't know what was going to happen, and then I found out what did happen. And me and Johnny agreed that like the first half of the movie is pretty good. Okay, it's there, but then the climax, the conclusion of the movie I felt like it outshined the rest of the movie so much compared to like the first villain in the train part. Like when it got to Goku's battle, I was like, wow, like this this movie is impactful as fuck. I was like, they set up everyone who's probably watching has probably seen the movie. You're gonna get spoilers here, but like Rengoku's death was like probably set up better than almost anyone's death that like I've seen in any anime or manga. Like just how they set up his death. Because at first when he was introduced, I didn't really like him that much. I thought he was kind of cool, but I wasn't like completely simping over him or anything. I was like, yeah, he's cool. He's like, this is a little bit weird, whatever. Like, but then like as the story progressed, you ended up liking him more and more and more. And then towards the end, they ended up making you like him a whole lot and giving you his backstory, and then just taking him away in like the most unfair way possible, but was like still a really cool fight. And they set it up like really, really well. Like that's probably my first favorite anime death setup.
Right. Yeah. No, like when I read this part, I mean, I read it before watching it. I read all of the manga before, like right after season 1 ended. Like this point in the manga, not even like up through the train and like the first half of the movie, but like from the beginning of Rengoku's fight, that's the point where I became obsessed with Demon Slayer. Cause like, I don't know, just seeing those upper moon, like the higher echelon demons, it's like, holy shit, that was not like up until this point, like the Hashira are just like untouchable. They're like one-shotting fucking lower level demons. And then this guy like just destroys Rengoku like that. I mean, that point was like, holy shit to me. I was like, I can't even imagine what Muzen's gonna be like.
As a fellow person who read the manga, I have to say Rengoku's death was 10 times more impactful in the movie than it was in the manga. Like you really, they really put their all into that whole scene, that fighting scene. And I don't really remember the upper third being that fucking dope too.
Oh, dude, he's yeah.
Um,
He's his moves are sick, dude. With like the air punching, kind of like some Neji shit going on.
that's the thing about manga. You can't see
Right.
exactly what the move is. So when you see it in live action, or well, not really live action, it's anime, but it's 10 times better. And I'm kind of glad I did read the manga because even though I did expect, like, even though I didn't know what was gonna happen, it added more value to the fact that I read the manga. Now that I'm able to see it in action too, so if that
Right.
makes
Yeah, I can see it from both ways because like I'm a big fan or like I'm a firm believer that like your first impression is lasting. So like I could see it from like not having read it and watching this movie, like the anticipation building up and it just being so fucking sick, watching it for the first time and not knowing what's gonna happen. But then at the same time, like reading it and like falling in love with it, then seeing like the completed like animation was also super sweet. So like I go back and forth. I think I'm still ultimately glad that I did read it because my first read through of the manga was I fell in love with it because of that.
sense.
Yeah. But it
Yeah,
just
I
really
I
builds
have a
up from there.
feeling. Yeah, like I have a feeling like Demon Slayer gets like gets like 4 times better after season one. Like just from watching
Mm.
this movie, I just feel like it just gets significantly better because I really like Demon Slayer season one, but I wouldn't say it was like my favorite anime of all time. And in some ways, I thought it was kind of overrated. And this company really isn't as far in the manga or hasn't gotten past like the Mugen Train arc. But like after seeing this arc, I have like much higher hopes for this series. But like I
Yeah.
mean, you guys have like gone farther, so you guys probably know how much better it gets.
The next arc is my favorite arc by far.
Oh fuck yeah.
Like this next season, the red light district where you get to see the sound Hashira. Oh, dude, that's like I don't know. That whole arc is just fucking so sick.
The sound is definitely dope.
Right. But I think, in my opinion, I still love the entirety of the series. But in my opinion, I think it hits its peak in that arc and it kind of just plateaus there a little bit and then kind of dips a bit. Um, I don't think it gets bad, but I think the next couple arcs after like the final, it's basically like there's the red light district arc, then there's one more arc, and then it's the final arc. And those last two arcs are like kind of they get a little less in
Not
quality.
even memorable, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah, I mean
Dang.
the one I think the like the blacksmith village, I'll call it that arc. I think that one's still pretty good, but yeah, then it kind of just like they decide to abruptly end the series without really develop like they have all these things that start happening and then they're like no, let's just skip to the final battle.
Yeah, it was so underwhelming reading the ending. Like they
Yeah.
made it out to be like the biggest fight there is to be, and it just like it was just a huge letdown reading the ending. And honestly, Demon Slayer truly like I think the its best point was up to the blacksmith arc.
Yeah, for sure. Like that was kind of like that and the red light district are so dope. The Mugen Train arc so dope. And then it just kind of like I don't think it goes like way down, but I think it kind of hits like a 6, 7 and just sits there.
That's exactly how I feel about a lot of mangas.
Mhm. Right.
I could list off a few of my favorites that do that as well.
Yeah. Um yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but I can't remember now. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
So, what would you guys rate the movie?
I would give it a 9. I'd give it probably like a 9.2 out of 10. I would give it that high of a score. I think it's well deserved. The only reason why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is just because I thought the first part of the movie just what was so outshined by the ending in the other half of the movie. Like it's kind of forgettable. I don't even and I thought the first villain just was not that great in comparison to like what happens afterwards. And I felt like they dragged on that first part I mean, I understand why it had to be that long and it wasn't bad, but I felt like it dragged on a little too much longer to like what the part that like everyone wanted to see and remembered. And this movie, I've never watched an anime movie in theaters that actually made people cry.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, I can see what you're saying, because they really did have to compact a lot into like a movie. It was like it wasn't enough content to make a full season, but it was like a little more than enough to make a movie. So they had to like kind of compact it a bit, but it still was like a 2-hour film. But like what I found really impactful about the beginning was like you see like the difference in power. Like Rengoku is fighting this lower level demon who's supposed to still be top tier, and he completely shuts him down. So he doesn't even eat a single human on this train. And after they defeat him, then Rengoku is fighting now one of the upper tier demons. And it's like the level of difference between those two was just like night and day. Like he was now on the losing end from the beginning. And it's just like, holy shit. Like it makes you think like this is only the rank 3. Like what is rank 2 and what is rank 1 going to be? It's like,
yeah. And Rengoku was like, isn't he one of the strongest too out of all of them?
There's later in the manga, there was like a little side panel that kind of says, it's like talks about how all the Hashira had an arm wrestling contest and it ranks them by strength. Rengoku was 3. The sound Hashira is 2, and the stone Hashira is 1. So if you kind of think of that in terms of like physicality or strength, then he would be number 3 technically.
But the thing is, if you watch Hunter x Hunter, that arm wrestling, that doesn't entirely mean who's the strongest. It just means they're the strongest physically, but it doesn't mean that they're the skilled or the most deadly or best at fighting. So
right, and I think that's the only thing without spoiling anything, I will say that like after you see more of the content and you see more of the upper demons fighting, the fact that Rengoku stood alone and fought them one-on-one and held out for that long makes me think that he is one of the strongest ones, because once you get later into the series, it's like, holy shit, like nobody can fight any of the upper demons by themselves. It's always like a group effort. Like they're just that strong. Yeah.
I think Himejima would be able to hold up to the show would definitely be able to hold up to the third. Upper third. He's
definitely the strongest for sure. He's the one that like has like the tears, and he's like the priest. He's always praying.
He really gives I'm not gonna say he gives Toto vibes, but I think Toto really gives Himejima vibes.
Dude, Himejima's backstory was so fucking sad.
So family. I don't want to say anything. You gotta see it for yourself.
But I will connect the kind of storyline of like the end of Demon Slayer. I'll say it's very similar in my opinion to Yu Yu Hakusho. And the demon like army arc, where like they're building up these 3 different giant armies, and it seems like it's going to be this very long arc about how these demons are going to be like battling to get control of the demon realm, and then they're just like, no, let's do a contest. Let's just all fight right here, and that'll decide it. It's kind of not so much like a contest, but it's kind of like, yeah, let's just attack right now.
Yeah. Demon Slayer.
I'm kind of, I might read the manga. I'm still reading JoJillion. I'm like halfway through JoJillion. I'm like almost up to like the current chapter. And then after that, I'm just gonna get through all of JoJo's, and then I can start reading other mangas. I was gonna read more of Thus Spoke Rohan. There's actually more chapters that weren't drive into the anime, and I need to read Fugo's story as well after what happens in Golden Wind.
Right. Yeah, I want to read more manga as well.
Honestly, I haven't even really been able to touch JoJo because of school, man. I just fucking like once the semester's over, I'll be able to fucking breeze through it without it.
Have you started it?
I've been reading.
I've started it. Like I'm just really behind. I don't even want to tell you guys what chapter I'm on right now. I know I'm really behind. But
it's good, man.
You guys can talk about it though. But
okay, yeah, you want to talk about okay.
Yeah. I don't know how far Connor is right now.
I'm trying to look up to see what chapter I got to. I'm like probably around like chapter 15, maybe.
Yeah, the chapters
15, okay.
The chapters are long.
Yeah, the chapters, they are very long.
I will say it's very different compared to any JoJo
But, you know,
so far.
Like, there is no JoJo's that is quite like this one. Like, it really is the most different out of all. You thought Stone Ocean or like the other ones were different. This one is like there's nothing even comparable to it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like even the. I mean, I'm on like chapter. Like what? Probably 15 now, and like there still isn't even any stands. Like I haven't even seen. I've gotten up to the point with like the Boom Boom family. Like after that, and I'm assuming that's a stand they have, but it's like you don't see any of the stands. It's just like abilities that are like unexplained, and like everybody's like, "How are you doing this?"
So is it?
Yeah,
is it revolving around race across the country?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a race. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because a lot of series have done stuff like that in the past where it's like the race is the main storyline, but it's like all this side shit that's happening during it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. And just so much more happens. Like, so they really have a special surprise like in store for you. And like you see the parts with stands right now, like there's a part where the stands really, really shine. And one of my favorite parts in Steel Ball Run has to be there's this part in it where it's like probably one of the most complicated JoJo's fight scenarios out of any part whatsoever. And there's like a whole YouTube video that had to like create a 3D model of like the town and everything that was going on at once and like explain it. And it was one of the best, I think one of my favorite scenes in almost any manga. Like it was executed so wellly, but it was like you almost had to get like a textbook or like have to like take a class on it. It was that complicated, but so great. Yeah, no, it was. There's like a whole. It's farther in the chapter. It's when essentially everyone gets together, like Funny Valentine's fighting Johnny. Oh, you haven't even seen him yet. He is amazing. Funny Valentine's fighting, but at the same time, there's like other people that were like fighting Funny Valentine who were working for him, kind of, but then like aren't and then are and then but there's like another like this other fight that's going on that like ties into that fight, and like there's like an hour-long video of just someone who went out of their way to make an entire 3D model of the town and each thing going on and how it like this thing's happening to this and like has to explain just that whole part, which was only like I think it was only like 9 or 8 chapters, but just so much content happened in those few chapters.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm up to the part with where Mountain Tim just catches up to Johnny and Gyro.
Oh yeah.
And you see like his like weird ass stone freestyle.
Oh yeah.
And he has like he has like a better version of Stone Free, I feel like.
A better version of Stone. Also, you seen Diego
Brando, yeah.
Yeah, Brando.
Yeah.
One thing that they had an Abdul. Abdul came back, or like another version of him came back, and he got completely. I was like excited to see him, and he just gets they did him so dirty. He just gets taken out like the first second of the race.
Yeah, he's on the camel.
Yeah.
Who else comes back? Is there any other like characters that you kind of see that are like parodies kind of?
So far, let me think. There's a few a stand that comes back. I'm not going to give any spoilers to, but
okay.
So far, what you're seeing, most of the parodies are with the main characters. Let's say about half of them or so, and then later on in the series, you see some references, but mostly it's just mostly Johnny, and Diego, and like a few other characters, a few other little small spoofs. But like a lot of the characters are very much original characters.
Right. Wait. So is JoJo Lean in the same world as Johnny Joestar and Steel Ball Run?
Joe Gillian is
Joe Gillian.
Joe Gillian is essentially Diamond's Unbreakable, but as set in the Steel Ball Run universe, that the Diamond's Unbreakable that happens after that, but it's like completely different from Diamond's Unbreakable, but has like a similar art style and like has characters that are like tied into it as well, and stands. You get to see the Killer Queen come back,
Really?
and Kira, and like they're different dimensions versions of them, and it's a little complicated, but it's like it's still really, really cool. Like I'm really enjoying it. That's essentially how I would describe it. Like Steel Ball Run is something in and of itself, and then Joe Gillian is kind of just like that universe's Diamond's Unbreakable, but not Diamond's Unbreakable.
So is it kind of like at the end of Stone Ocean? You know how they like went into a different reality, kind of after they killed the priest.
Yeah.
So is that like what the world is supposed to be now? It's like Jolene,
yes.
All those people's name changed, or like they entered a new world.
Yes, that's exactly what happened, and that's why everything's so much different because of what happened at Stone Ocean. Because
really, so that's kind of cool.
Puccio, I think Father Puccio, I think is probably the most insane villain we've seen, and even as like more of the chapters go on, I would say that he's still by far, I think, is the most powerful and just insane bad guy we've seen yet, because he was literally able to change the entire universe like that and stuff. Like Funny Valentine's very, very powerful and has an insane ability too, and so does Johnny. Johnny has gets an insane ability as well, but like compared to Father Puccio, he just like took the next mile. Like he took JoJo's to like a whole different freaking planet, like literally.
Right, he's like the Thanos of JoJo's. Like he literally just snaps his finger, and now they're in like the whole entire series as in a new realm. Like all the Joestars we used to know are now like either they are just a different person and they have no recollection or no memory of the past, or from what I've seen anyway.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool because I thought it was just like, you know, kind of like a Dragon Ball like Super or Dragon Ball like whatever, like they're just in a new existence, the same series but like in a new world. But I didn't, if it's following, it's still part of the same story. That's pretty cool. That actually makes me enjoy Steel Ball Run a lot more, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's after Stone Ocean just completely took the JoJo's universe and flipped it upside down and created something else.
Right.
It's really cool.
Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was Dio's plan all along. We'll see.
Conspiracies.
Yeah, there's a lot of JoJo's theories out there, and there's a lot of cool JoJo's channels that kind of dive into that more, like especially with everything. But yeah, I didn't realize how much of a complicated series JoJo's was until I started doing more research on it and just reading farther into the chapters. And then I got to realize like how complicated JoJo's actually is and how well written because writing is. And I think it's probably the most complicated shonen out of all of them. Like definitely the most like effort is put into this compared to like almost any other shonen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Huh. I wonder, does he write them like consecutively, like weekly, like other shonens, or
no?
He kind of has like his own release schedule. Yeah.
Joe Gillian has been releasing maybe like at this point has been releasing like 6 to 8 chapters a year. Like it's almost done. It's almost done. But Joe Gillian's been going on, I think, since like 2012 or 2011. It's been going on for a long time. And with how good especially with how good the animation is now, like even if you read Steel Ball Run, like he puts a lot of effort into the art style and everything else. Like he puts like so much time and effort into these chapters.
Yeah. Huh. How do you think he's going to do another part after JoJo Gillian? Is it?
Joe Gillian is done. Possibly what I want him to do if he ever does a final, because he's getting pretty old, but like if he ever does a final part, I want him to save that last. What I want him to do is I want him to make more spinoffs, kind of like Thus Spoke Rowan, but like do it with other characters from the series. Like I really want to see a Mista Guido spinoff series. Like that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see?
Yeah.
I would love to see Polnareff's journey into part 5.
That would be big.
Yeah, after part 3. I want to see how he came to be, like how he got the amputee. Like, what do you call it? What do you call fake body parts? Aesthetics. Or
Auto mail. That's
yeah,
like Full Metal Alchemist.
It's prosthetics.
But I wonder how he got those. How he got the arrow into how Grand Chariot, Silver Chariot got Requiem. I want to see all of that. Like, but that would like honestly, I feel like that would be like the dopest spinoff you can honestly get.
Right. Yeah, I want to know just like what all these characters do afterwards. Like, yeah, they have like these huge life-changing fights, and then it's just like they're back to regular life. Like Josuke is back in high school.
That's true. Like that is one thing about JoJo's I really like I was saying before, that I want him just to make like spin-off stories of just and see what happened with some of our favorite characters throughout the years. Like I think that would be a better use of his time than just making another part, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because JoJo's, I feel like there is like, yeah, obviously Dio is the main protagonist or antagonist throughout the whole series, but it's like he's been defeated now so many times that's like, is there really like what is an end of JoJo's? You know, it's like each part has its own villain, so it's like he could just do these side stories and like not have to worry about some huge ending.
That's true. What's crazy about Joe Gillian is Joe Gillian doesn't really have a villain.
Really?
Yeah, it really doesn't have a villain.
Interesting.
What is it really? What is it about?
Well, the thing is these characters in Joe Gillian is they have the same names, or they're given like the same names as a lot of the characters in Diamonds Unbreakable, and the main two characters are Josuke and Hyros. And Hyros was the ghost girl that Kira killed that you see that comes back, but she's alive in this, and she's actually one of the main protagonists, which she's a fantastic protagonist too. I love Hyros. And Josuke is this dude who's like Josuke, but not like Josuke. But there's like a huge identity crisis thing going on that's like tying in like him a little bit, not entire. I wouldn't say he really looks like him as much as some of the other characters resemble some of the other characters a little more. I'd say that maybe if Josuke got like a haircut, or
maybe that's the identity crisis problem, is because Josuke was so obsessed with his hair that like now that it's gone, he's like forced into another universe, but he's like he still has some of the memory. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's like doesn't know if he's more of Josuke or more of Kira, or if he's like a combination of both of them in some ways. Like Kira comes back into like the story, and it's like completely different with how Kira is in that universe compared to this universe. Like it's really trippy shit.
Interesting. Huh. So Joe Gillian is who's Joe Gillian's? Is she like, how is she related to the Joestars? Who's her?
Oh, the Joe Gillian. That's just the name of the blast part. Joestars are there because Johnny Joestar like is there as part of the story, and he ends up like going between the Joestar bloodlines going in. But like it's weird because their Joestars aren't really a huge part of the story as much as they are in other parts. But the Joestar family is there. Right. But like,
I mean, I guess even in Steel Ball Run, it's not like, at least where I'm at, it's not like because he's Johnny Joestar, that's like the main thing. Like it's just because he was a good like jockey or was a good horse rider. It wasn't really like the Joestars are super prevalent.
That's very true. Yeah, they become less and less prevalent throughout the later parts, and I mean they're very, very important to the story, but they're not like the main focus as much as they were in other parts.
Right. When does Funny Valentine come into Steel Ball Run?
He comes in very slightly, and his introduction is not like how he becomes, how you'll see him in like the next, I don't know, 30 chapters from when he comes in, like around like the 20th, 30th chapter or so. And how he's introduced, like he's not introduced like so strongly. He's just kind of there, and you see a little taste of him, and then later on you get like the full blow of him and what he is.
Gotcha.
And he is by far one of my favorite JoJo's villains. I love him. Like he just is so freaking cool, and his story's really great too. Like really great backstory, and their fight is probably one of the best fights in JoJo's too.
Yeah. Interesting. I thought Gyro was going to be the main villain at the beginning. They were really setting it up for that.
Yeah, Gyro's a good character. I like Gyro a lot. He gets a lot better too as well.
Right. He looks fucking like some like mumble rapper.
He does. Yeah, he's got the long hair and the grill. He kind of looks like a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think it's really, really, really great. I mean, I know you guys got like a lot of chapters to go, but I think I'm really interested to see what your final thoughts are on it once you guys are completely caught up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far for sure. I still think I like Stone Ocean a little better at this point, but I don't think I'm really
Oh yeah, at this point, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not really far enough to make an accurate assumption yet.
Yeah, you really have to read towards the end to actually give like a full verdict.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna have read a lot more chapters next time you guys see me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When you guys are making it sound, man, it sounds like I want to binge it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, I just
It's very
I binged like 10 chapters.
How long did it take to read the 10
It took me a while. It's pretty long chapters. Like some of them are like 40 pages. It's like you're not used to the typical 19-page shonen chapters that aren't really like
it's
populated.
I need to stop reading such long ass stories because like I'm just trying to get all of JoJo's because it's so freaking long. And I'm also been streaming and reading Echo on Discord, and my God, that series is freaking long as hell too. Like it's really freaking good though. Like I was actually blown away by how good it is and how many different routes there are. And then there's like prequels and a sequel to it, but like it is so freaking long though. Like I sat there yesterday, I was streaming for 5 hours just like reading it, and I'm still not even done with like the first route.
5 hours, damn.
Yeah, it's visual novels are fucking long. I mean, it's cool because you can kind of watch them and there's like things going on, so it's like you're entertained as well. And I was talking to people in chat too, or in my voice chat, but yeah, no, it's pretty damn long, but I was kind of surprised by how dark it got, and it was definitely a lot different than the other novels that Echo Project does. Like this one actually could be like a movie itself. Like if you like, it felt like a really, really good psychological horror / like cult American film. Like
is that
it was really, really different. One? Yeah, it is. It's not as gay as I thought. And in this route, you actually have sex with a girl. I was really surprised. I was like, okay, there we go. There's something different from there in this route I'm in. But it's not so derived. Yeah, it's not derived.
Path, right? Like you kind of
yes. You choose your path. And some characters are straight, some are bisexual, one's gay, and like you get to. That's part of the story, but the sex part's like really not a huge focus in this one. Like compared to other visual novels, like the sexual nature of it is like not like so big. Like it really feels like a movie how everything's set up. Like it's there, but it's not like a huge focus of the plot like whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really good.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm really into Noragami right now. It's fucking it's getting really good. I'm up to almost 14, volume 14.
Is it past the manga? Is the manga past the anime or?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see how many chapters does the Noragami manga cover. Or how many?
Is the manga still going or is it finished?
It's still going.
It's still going. Okay.
Origami, I need to.
It's really good in my opinion.
The anime was good. I might have to. I want to pick up the manga, but I got so much shit on my plate, man. I can't add any more. I can't add any more to it, man. It's just,
right.
I'll be free like a bird for 3 months, and then back to fucking busy.
How many seasons are the anime? Is the Noragami
2
anime?
seasons.
2?
2.
2. Okay, so season 2 ends around volume 10.
10. Okay.
And I'm on volume 13, halfway through it. And it started getting really, really to the part, like the arc I'm in started around volume 11. So it's probably going to be the next Noragami season. But it's like it goes into the background of Yato and like the father.
Is Noragami considered a shonen?
I don't think so. I think it's considered seinen. But maybe it's shonen. I don't know. It's from Kodansha.
Okay. Yeah, it's not. It's probably not a shonen.
Yeah. Have you guys read Blade of the Immortal or watched the anime?
What is
Dude,
it about?
Blade of the Immortal is fucking so good. Like, oh,
I have not actually. I have not even heard of it.
You've never heard of it? Oh, dude, look it up.
Oh.
It's probably my favorite art style. Like maybe second to Berserk.
Okay. Wow.
Damn, where is it? Or is it like an anime and a manga or?
Yeah, it's an older series. Like it's released onto they have the omnibuses. Those are the ones that are like the really cool covers and the spines. But dude, just look at this artwork. Like it's so
damn, that's cool. Book.
It's so quality.
Crisp.
Yeah. It's basically it follows the story of Manji, who is a kind of like the samurai Kenshin like Ronin dude who is on the run for slaying 100 like officials, like cops, I guess, shogun officials. And then this girl, Reen, is the kind of main character whose family gets murdered by a group of samurai, and she hires him to be her bodyguard / assassin. And it's basically about them going on like a revenge path and trying to slay the whole entire samurai clan that killed her family. And it just like, dude, the character development through it, like just follow these kind of couple different groups of characters. They're just, it's amazing.
Wow. Have you guys watched or even heard of the anime Yasuke on Netflix? About the Black Samurai.
Never heard of it now.
It's
Afro Samurai?
No, I never.
Yeah, it's an
heard of Afro Samurai.
Story. It's based off the first samurai, the first like black. There's a black samurai in history, and
wait, I have heard of this. Maybe.
Yeah, but it's weird. Like there's powers and shit in it. Like yeah, sure. It's weird, but it's honestly good. Like the soundtrack, the animations, and it's made by an actual black person, which is just in Japan, which is dope.
Oh, really? In Japan too?
That's in cool. Japan, yeah. It's based in Tokyo, which is different. It's new, man. It's new.
That's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I just honestly, like 2 days ago, I finished watching Invincible.
Oh yeah, a lot of people have been like raving about that.
Honestly, it's good. Bless you.
What is it about?
It's about superheroes, but it's like
excuse me.
Bless you. So imagine like DC, right? But it's like a spin-off of DC with like a shit ton of gore.
Oh, okay. I have seen some stuff like that for
and it's like there's like apparently like a spin-off Superman, but he's evil.
Okay.
And yeah, it's good. And it's gory as hell, so it's already like up there.
Is it by DC?
No, it's an actual comic, but it's by some company. I forgot the company. It's nothing correlated to DC or Marvel. So
interesting. Yeah, no, I have watched a lot of the like DC films because a lot of the films are like, I don't know, they're like rated R and shit, which is kind of cool.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta say, no DC movie because I've watched a lot of DC movies that are rated R, and none of them relate to this shit at all. Like you'll see blood split, you see brain splatter.
Yeah, it doesn't go that far, but
it's bad. Like it's brutal shit.
Dark Apocalypse might actually come to that. Dark Apocalypse was like the most violent DC movie I've ever seen.
I don't think I've
that
seen
one. That's one I want you guys to see. That is like the ultimate, like it's like the end game of the DC universe, and it's just so freaking brutal and depressing, and just so much stuff happens that you wouldn't expect to happen, like any comic book. It's like really, really gruesome.
Yeah. The best one I've seen so far was the Flashpoint Paradox.
No, yeah.
Like there's like a anti-Flash, or like an evil version of Flash, and he runs like backwards around the world so fast that it like creates an anti-world. So there's like all the heroes and shit are like against each other, and there's just like a giant battle royale of all the villains and all the heroes just like killing each other. It's nuts.
Yeah, that's actually sad. I might have to watch that. That sounds dope.
Yeah, I didn't see all of it, but I caught it on like Adult Swim one day or some shit, and it was like, wow, this is like literally just like fucking lasers and like hitting people in the face and just like splitting them in half and shit. I was like, what the? This is DC.
There's this other series on the internet. There's this other series on the internet that's really freaking cool too. It's called and it's like a kind of hero related. It's called, I think it's called Invincible.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Invincible.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's so good, honestly. So good.
What's it on? Hulu or something?
On Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Watch more of it. I've seen some of it.
It's like there's only like 8 episodes, but the episodes are like 40 minutes long, 42 minutes long, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a really good binge. It's a really good fucking binge.
Right. Let's say, Eric, you should start reading Blade of the Immortal once you're done. Joe Jillian.
With JoJo,
it'll probably take me a while because it's really.
I will.
I gotta read.
I'll probably just get hard copies. That looks sick.
I'll say these are so dope, but they're out of print, so they're like they're going for like $100 a piece right now. But they're starting a deluxe. They're starting a deluxe edition though, like the Berserk ones that are like pretty sick too. They're like bigger. Because it's honestly a lot like Berserk in the sense of like this manga is mostly about like just the beautiful illustrations and like they printing it on like these big formats. It looks sick, dude. Highly recommend.
Dude, hell yeah, I'll have to read that.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be definitely top 10 series for me. We'll see where it ends. There's a lot of them. I mean, there's 10 omnibuses, so that's 30 volumes.
Like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been going on for a while. I tried to watch some of the anime, but I felt like it didn't really live up to the manga.
Okay.
I feel that.
I gotta read Chainsaw Man before that anime comes out. I have to.
Yeah.
I need to read Chainsaw Man too. That's another one that I need to
read. Chainsaw Man's dope. That one's a quick read. It's only like 90 chapters, but they're like typical shonen, 19 pages each.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a Jujutsu Kaisen. Something you can just burn through.
Yeah, definitely after this semester, man. I'm reading manga all fucking summer. All summer, man.
Dude, just if you don't have it, get the Viz app. They're all on the Viz app, and it's like 99 cents for like a month or like a week or something.
That's what my coworker uses. We just sit down at our desk and just read manga. Like when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll just like read manga. Until like rises.
Sounds killer, man. Like I wish I was able to do that.
Yeah, you can get like the Viz or the Shonen Jump, the SJ Weekly app.
Nice.
It's only
they're like nice.
Yeah. I need to get the rest of Berserk is what I need to do.
I need to start getting those too. I need to get the rest of the JoJo's as well. I got like a lot of manga, but I'm trying to save up more money. I have this thing where like I want to get like a certain digit in my account, and then I'll start like spending after that once I get a certain amount in my savings. Like I'm trying to be like really, really smart with my money, especially because I might be doing some more like out of state adventures. So we'll see.
Yeah. The good thing about Arizona is they just released like the nationwide numbers since like real estate is so hot right now. Arizona was number 1 for year-over-year appreciation, 8%.
Oh yeah, it's definitely out there.
Yeah, and you own that, right?
I do. Well, I'm still slowly paying it off, but I do own it. But like once I own it, I'm just planning on just getting a house.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Was like you bought it at a good time where now it's just appreciating really well. So when you do sell, you'll be happy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's the plan here. That's the reason why I'm saving up so much money too at the same time.
Yeah,
Because yeah, I really want to get a house because I'm tired of not having a backyard.
yeah. I feel you. Let me know when you're ready to move. I probably have some people in my network that I can refer you to.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
because
Oh, yeah.
my firm, we have like this kind of like database of just like realtors that are kind of, I guess, deemed quality.
Oh, shit.
Because
Yeah, I would
there are
definitely
a
need
lot of
help.
shady ones out there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I had I was say I should probably pay this. I'll probably be able to pay this off in like the next 2 years, just because I'm not really like trying to put all my money. I'm doing it slowly because there's really no like rush for me. But like once I completely pay it off, because I bought it for like 60 G's, like 63 grand, which is like really, really freaking cheap, especially considering the location and what I got. And I've had people already offer me like 100,000 for it.
Yeah, dude. It's like if I wouldn't just sell it like that, because if you get like a realtor and get it on the MLS stuff and like are getting like 10 to 12 offers, sometimes over 20. So it's like, you could just list it at that and then it's like, no, I'm gonna beat this person. And then it just starts like a bidding war. It's crazy.
No, yeah, I've already rejected all the people who've given me offers and they've gone up from there. And I'm like, no, no, no.
Right. Yeah, because the tricky
Just
part is
randos.
right. The tricky part is even if you sell it for like say 160, you make like 100K off it. It's like you have to pay, like anything you buy is going to be like inflated as well.
That's true. Yeah,
Right. So it's like, yeah, you can make a shit ton of money off it when you sell, but then you have to spend it all to buy the next place.
that's true.
Yeah. But that's funny. Yeah. I mean, that's how it is up here too. It's like every person's like, oh no, I'll give you this. No. Okay, fine. I'll give you this instead.
Yeah, it's very, very true. I need to definitely get more into real estate. My mom and dad have been talking about it, doing it, getting more into it and stuff since they've been retired. I also need to start investing in Dogecoin too, just because of like how cheap it is right now and just how much it's going to go up. Like, because everyone's talking about how they regret not like investing in Bitcoin when it was at a certain point. And I'm like, shit, I should start collecting my Dogecoins.
Well, the only thing about Dogecoin is there's no monetary value to it. Whereas like Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's like you mine for it. There's only a finite amount of number of Bitcoin in existence. Whereas like Dogecoin, you can just keep creating more. So that like the value of Dogecoin only goes up if people are willing to buy it, basically, is my understanding.
Okay.
But I have some Dogecoin at 1 cent.
How much Dogecoin? How much Dogecoin did you buy, Connor?
I only have like 100 Dogecoin, but it's at 1 cent.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking just in case for the future, I could just like I was thinking of just like I don't know, getting like a few $100s worth of Dogecoin, then just maybe like building it up from there and to see what happens to it in the future. Because like it's one of those things where it's like right now it doesn't look like too much, but like in the future it could be something crazy, and I could be like a freaking I don't know, I wouldn't say like a millionaire, but like make a shit ton of money. So I think it's a good little small investment to do on the side.
Yeah, they did the math, and if you put your whole stimulus check in Dogecoin back when like the first stimulus check came out, it would be worth $256,000 now.
Wow!
Damn, really? Shit.
Yeah, because Dogecoin was at like it was at like 0.009 cents per Dogecoin when the stimulus came out, and now it's at like 50 cents. So you would have made like 10,000% or some crazy number like that on your money.
Damn. Every time when these stupid like freaking cryptocurrency things come out, I need to just invest my money in that. But I don't know, when I get paid next, I'll probably like I don't know, maybe like put like $100 something on Dogecoin, just get the app and collect it.
Yeah, I use Coinbase for mine.
Coinbase, what's that? I haven't heard of that app.
It's a cryptocurrency. It's kind of like Robinhood, but just for cryptocurrency.
Coinbase. Okay, yeah, it sounds better than Robinhood actually. I'm gonna download that.
The tricky thing with Robinhood is if you buy cryptocurrency on Robinhood, you don't technically own the cryptocurrency. You only own the monetary value of it. So right. So if you buy it on Coinbase, you own your like the actual Dogecoin and you can send it out to like different platforms. On Robinhood, you can only take the money out. You can't move your coins other places.
Damn, it's good to
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind because I've been investing slowly, but I've only been like investing in like retirement through Acorns and just doing little things there. But like
Yeah.
I want to actually like invest in some type of stock or some type of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, let me know. I can definitely chat about it one time in like Discord or something. I've been investing like every day since the beginning of COVID, basically.
Mm.
Damn. Yeah, no, I definitely want to have a discussion about that. That's really, really interesting. And I want to see what I can
Yeah.
build from there. I'm
Yeah.
interested to hear that.
I mean, I'm not obviously a financial advisor or anything, but I can tell you what I do know.
How do
Yeah,
you
you know
get?
more like you know more than most people.
Yeah, I mean, I've made just like passively investing, I've made about 30% off of the money I've invested since 2020.
Okay, yeah, that's really good. You guys have big brothers.
But I have lost some money too, so
Okay.
Connor, Mr. Investment, real estate man. So I need to know, man, how do you get into? How much do you need to get into real estate?
it's a tricky question because it does have upfront money. I mean, you have to take a course. You can do it cheaply online. You can take an online course, which is probably like 150, $200, but then it's on you to learn everything and make sure you're actually studying it.
Yeah.
I took a course in person just because that's how I learned better. It was like $470.
Mm-hmm.
Then you take your test, which can be like 100 to 150 if you pass it your first time. If you don't, then you have to retake it and another 100, 150. So that's at like, if you do an online class, you're at like 300-400 after taking the test.
Oh
And
yeah,
then after you get your license, you passed your test and you have your license, you could choose to become a realtor. So
Mm-hmm.
just having a license doesn't make you a realtor. You're just a licensed salesperson at that point. When you become a realtor, that means that you're part of, it's kind of like a union in a sense where like you have, some extra legal protection, things like that. That costs money. That's like $1,000 for a year, basically. I think is what it was.
oh yeah, nice.
And then you have to pay for access to the MLS, which is where all the listing services are. So it's like where you see properties, where you list properties if you're selling them. That varies based off your region. I think it's maybe $100 a year. I don't know. I'd have to look into how much that is. I can't remember. And then it's like $15 a month for your lock boxes, which is like called Super E-Key. So it's an app on your phone. And you go around. That's how you unlock the properties to show them to your clients. So it has some upfront cost, and it takes a while to make money. It's kind of something that you either have to have a lot of money saved up to start, or you have to be working like a night job to kind of float yourself. Yeah.
There's well, nice. Well, there's in Arizona, there's so much employment here, and there's so much like places for people to do like certain things compared to like other states or places where there's not as many of these jobs. And there's like loopholes where there's like places that'll hire you and get you through and pay for this or do certain things to get you through that. Like with my BHT job, I have like these certificates and I have other things in my BHT 2, which is like a BHT that's like basically has about I haven't been doing it for 2 years, but I have like all the same credentials of someone who's been doing it for 2 years with the tests and other things they gave you. And they just did this for me just because, and they did it super unprofessionally too, like I don't think it's illegal, but like they just did this because they needed more people and just they needed people to like go and do this for them. And I got like all of this other crap before I ended up leaving there and going to my new job. And normally you have to pay for those things out of pocket or do other things out of pocket, but there's like a loophole to where they either pay for it or do something for you and just give it to you. And you'll get that if you work like X amount of hours at a certain place, like they'll just give it to you and they have a high enough rank in the system to say that, oh, you've done that, you've earned it, just doing the work you've done. And that's how I've gotten to like where I am with my
kind of like a work study
employment.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And they do it in Arizona because like the mental health industry is so like underfunded and so poor out here. They need so many people that they'll just do it. So that's how I am like where I'm at right now.
Hey, but that's cool. I mean, it's all about who you know, not how you know them. So, you got to take those advantages.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to end the podcast right now?
Yeah. I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. that was a good discussion. Talked about anime, talked about other things, and we
Life.
kind of went off into another, which is really interesting too. Life, that was awesome. So
Honestly, I kind of want to start doing more content like that. Like, I mean, I love anime, I love manga, but like, I don't like having to spend money consistently to make content on it. So
Yeah,
like, I want to start doing more like lifestyle and kind of like
that's what
everybody
I wanted
can
to
enjoy.
do.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to get into topics like that too, and just do things that are completely kind of unrelated to what I'm talking about. It's just issues with that is like that's not what everyone came to your channel to see. That's not like
Right.
what goes there. Even if you put like a little bit of that aspect into it, it'll like go off into something else. And that's like I don't know if that's a problem with YouTube or that's a problem with like what you're deciding to do. But yeah, there's a lot of different videos that I want to do and other things I've gained interest in, lost interest in, or maybe I'm still interested, but I don't feel like making an entire freaking video about. And I wanted to like, just do things that like I think are cool and make me happy. Because at the end of the day, that's my channel is like a hobby and it's what makes me happy. And like I'm not expecting to get like famous or do anything at all from this whatsoever. Like it's just a hobby.
Right, exactly. And it becomes like that's why I haven't really been coming out with a lot of content lately. It's just like I don't have any passion to just like go drop hundreds of dollars on manga again and then not have time to read it. Like
yeah, and when you get too fixated on something and you keep kind of trying to like chase a dream and keep doing that, it like kind of affects you mentally too. When you get like a taste of like a little taste of fame or a lot of like notoriety and then you just can't like get that again, it like can make you go not like in some people it can make them go insane, but it can affect you. Like it can just not be good for your mental status or whatever, you're currently going through. And I went through that a little bit too with my channel and stuff where I had like a lot of traction and then like no traction. I see a lot of YouTubers who like get views and like they get everything they want and they're living their dream. And then all of a sudden they just get their views just plummet and they just get like nothing. And I can see how it could be like a big issue.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had kind of like that. Like, I mean, I was getting like when I was doing manga videos consistently, I was getting like thousands of views, and it's like, well, it's basically like I don't even know, just like it's kind of like paying for views in a way. Like I'm just buying manga and then showing what I got, and it's like, cool, I can make content like this and get consistent views, but it's like, is it that enjoyable? Not really. Like I want to like analyze stuff and like talk about things that I'm interested in. So
yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. And that's what I'm trying to do with my channel. So I've been doing a lot of things that are like more off subject, but still kind of keeping on subject and, talking about series that maybe aren't as popular or aren't like as mainstream, but I personally really have a passion for and enjoy. And I'll just make a fucking video of it anyways, even if only like less than like 200 people watch it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but that's when I was having the most fun was like when I was just making a video that like even if it got 50 views, it was like, wow, I like had fun making that. And like that's what it's about,
Yeah,
not like, oh my God, it's not getting views yet. I gotta delete it or
yeah, no, like where you actually find something that you like and you find maybe a few other people that like it and you kind of get the word out there, get some of your friends or whatever, and we start enjoying it too and doing, especially like on Discord. To be honest, the best thing I've done with my channel is the Discord is like where I get like the most amount of interaction, and that's where like my thing's really gone up the highest is my Discord, and that's like the best thing I've done so far with my channel. And that's where I get to talk like in depth about.
Yeah. Did you make it all yourself?
And what happened? Yeah, and then I did, and then what happened is I've had mods and I've had people just like build from it. Like I have my mods, I've had like Doge has done a lot of good work. Shouts out to Doge and Cap Out. I've done a lot of good work, just like, and what you do is you get boosts. That's how I got my cover photo. Some other cool features, just people like paying Discord each month and they throw a little boost gem into your server and you get more features and more things that you can do with your Discord. And that's kind of how it's built up from there. Is like I originally done it, and like I've done a few things to make it better, but like a lot of it's mostly just been through like my amazing admins who I've appointed to make it what it is today.
Yeah, that's cool. I've always wanted to start a Discord, but it's just like I've viewed it as just yet another thing to like keep track of.
That's how I felt when I made my Twitter. Even though I kind of like Twitter. Twitter's pretty cool. Like recently I made a Twitter recently, and there's a lot of like, it's definitely a lot different. It's fun because you can just keep like replying, going back to people. And I actually had one of the creators from my favorite visual novels retweeted my tattoo I got of his story, so that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, that's another thing I don't have, Twitter.
Twitter, yeah. I wanted to make that or a TikTok just because I feel like I can I've been thinking of making a TikTok too, but it's like, damn it, I already have Instagram, I already have Discord, I already have Facebook. Like I already have so many things to freaking keep track of.
Right.
The algorithm on TikTok is so like I made 2 TikToks, and the first TikTok I ever made had gotten 700 views. And yeah, the algorithm on TikTok is just so much better than YouTube.
That's what I've heard. And I have a lot of funny things, cool things that I can only like, as YouTube, I have to actually try to stretch it out and make it to like at least 6 to 10 minutes or for like one of my typical videos. And with TikTok, it's like I have a lot of funny, cool things to say in like a minute. And I'd rather just do a video like that. Way less effort and you get just as much traction from it. So I've been thinking about just moving to TikTok. And plus, like furries are really fucking huge on TikTok for some reason. I don't know why, but they're like really, really big on TikTok.
Right. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too, honestly. Like just having YouTube for like, you know, like a video or 2 a month, like a longer, big video, and then like doing like my daily or weekly shit on like Instagram Reels or TikTok.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking too.
Reels are fun. I've had success with Reels. My wife actually has a lot of success on her sustainability and like lifestyle like page, which is all just about wellness and health. She had one that just blew up, and it's at like 50,000 views now, or like 40 something.
Oh wow, that's the most. That's like the most like my greatest video, or not my greatest, but like one of my most successful videos gotten.
Yeah, and she's like started like a couple months ago. I was like, holy shit, wow, that's like
oh damn, great.
Quick. Yeah, but the thing with Instagram Reels is it can only be 30 seconds, so it's like has to be really quick. But
okay,
yeah,
so
cool.
That's awesome.
Well, it was first one in a while, but it was a good one.
It was a really good one. I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace out to the stream.
Peace out to everybody.
Later, guys.
When do you guys want to
everyone in the chat? Let's try to get like next week.
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably try to get back into weekly.
Yeah, let's go back to it weekly and just do these discussions. And I was gonna say we can talk about anime, talk about that. To be honest, though, I kind of liked our talk you're just talking about right now, just talking about cool stuff like that, about life things like that's really interesting too. But still, you know, talk about anime and manga as well.
Yeah, I think that like what would be really good is to like start it off with like an anime, like what we watched, what we read, like, you know, 10, 20 minutes, and then just go talk about whatever we feel like.
Oh, definitely. That'd be really awesome.
Yeah. Like literally anything, you know.
The podcast.
Right, trash taste.
Yeah, man. But so let's see. Tuesday work, and Tuesday next week work, or
let's see. Tuesday I'm actually let me check that. I'm actually getting a tattoo, and I have therapy that day. So I'm like tattoo. Yeah, I'm getting my other elbow done, and then
I'm getting the tattoo.
Hell yeah!
Wait,
yeah,
you
my girlfriend she wants me to go get one too, so I got to think of what I want for a tattoo.
I need to get my tattoos. My girlfriend has her neck and her face done. Like I need to catch up to her.
Like the whole where the whole thing, or
she has one here, and she has her whole neck, the back of her neck. Yeah, and she has like a bunch like on her chest, like on her arms. Like she has more than, she's got more than me. Like she's bad. Look, she shouts out to her, Blair.
What do you got for the elbow?
The elbow, I'm getting a spiked ball mace on my elbow, and like the string going down to my underarm right here. And then I also have another appointment next month. I'm getting the Triforce to complete my sleeve on my hand. And yeah.
I reached out to this guy in Philly who like is a really dope anime tattoo artist. You should check him out. It's Dan Mason Tattoo on Instagram. He's like booked out until the winter, so hopefully if I can get in a Hisoka outline, kind of like a silhouette of his face that's going to be black and white and just like have the teardrop and the diamond. And then I'm also getting a Crazy Slots.
Dude, that's sick. Oh, that's sick as fuck. Yeah, no, my other tattoo artist who did the one here on my side. He does a bunch of anime tattoos. He was doing like a Hunter x Hunter tattoo before me and whatnot. And I had to wait a few months to get on his list. The other guy, Jason, who did my whole Legend of Zelda sleeve, I had to wait like a year out to get like any tattoos by him. Like I've been waiting a long ass time to get these tattoos done by him.
It's worth it though, to get like a good artist. It's definitely worth it.
No, definitely. Yeah, we agree. Definitely. That's how me and my friends with like tattoos like go around. Like almost none of my people I associate with have like shitty tattoos or too many shitty tattoos or too many shitty tattoos.
All right, guys, I gotta go pick up Kate.
All right.
We can just shoot it in the group chat. We can figure out when.
Okay.
Do it. We'll talk in the group chat.